Are we in an acute housing downturn right now? It's July, end of July 2020 when we're taping this. This will come out in August 2020.
Not yet. I think what we're seeing is almost the opposite. It's defying gravity a little bit, Jason. It's a little bit like the stock market, which today seems a little bit disconnected to the real economy. What you're seeing in housing is, for the most part, especially if you get out of the urban areas and the high end, prices have really held up quite well. You're still seeing price increases, very low inventory. And so that shortage of supply and the low interest rates are really contributing to, I think, still a more of a bull housing market, more like 3.5, 4 months of supply, not 6, which might be more of an equilibrium. So I would say we're going to have to wait and see how things transpire over the next 6 to 12 months, because I think there are some offsetting effects that will be at play, and we'll see which dominate.
So there are a number of factors. It's multi-variable here. One is interest rates are historic lows. That is a massive contributor, correct?
Absolutely.
And is that sustainable, these historic lows? Was it 3% was the average mortgage in the last month or two?
Yeah, you're seeing some sub 3%. So really pretty much historic lows. What's interesting is I think it is sustainable in particular because that is something that's largely in the country, something, it's policy that's largely dictated by the Fed. If indeed you see so much global weakness and uncertainty, I think we're in an era of cheap money for a while. And it's one of the things that I don't expect to go up meaningfully anytime soon. There are very few things that I feel that certain about.
Yeah. If we're printing trillions of dollars and giving unemployment to the level, no judgments here, but we're giving unemployment to the level that some people are making 150 or 200% of their salary, the idea that people who want a mortgage can get a low rate is pretty easy table stakes. And then you also have this pent-up demand because people weren't able to see houses for 3 or 4 months. So certainly that's contributing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also being trapped at home is making people over-index almost on the importance of where they live. So, in fact, we'll talk about our business a little bit, but we traffic in rental housing, right? And so we were at record occupancies, record leasing. People don't want to move. And I think it's the same thing, people moving out of cities, buying homes where there's more space, and people buying bigger houses because now they're looking at perhaps a work from home environment for the medium term, maybe long term. And so people are trading up and buying more space. So,
got it. So to confirm, and we'll get to Roofstock in a moment. I just want to set the stage here. In the housing market, you have people who are looking at interest rates that are an all-time low. You have a little pent-up demand because people haven't been able to view homes for 3 or 4 months when there are shelter-in-place orders, and that's being lifted. And then you add to that, people are anticipating, some percentage of people, that they're going to be staying at home and working from home on some permanent or semi-permanent basis, which means a family that needed a 3 or 4 bedroom might need a 4 or 5 or 6 bedroom or an ADU or converting the garage into an office, whatever it takes. And then you add to this flight out of cities because people believe that because of work from home, they can have a better lifestyle. They don't need to be at the office. That's one. And number two, maybe cities are a little bit dangerous because pandemics will spread in them quicker. So you put all this together, it's creating movement. And in real estate, movement is good for business, correct?
Yeah, it creates transactions. So absolutely. Yeah, I think all of those are important factors, and I don't see any of them changing dramatically in the near term.